yogis. My name is Sarah. I'll be guiding you through your practice today. Today we're focusing on avidya, and it's this fundamental blindness about reality. So any misconceptions that you might have, misunderstandings of the self, misunderstanding of maybe the freedom to be yourself, to what it means to be you. And we come to yoga because it requires no prerequisites that have to be filled. Like, we can just show up exactly how we are, right? And we know that we'll never be in this moment again on our mat. And we will not see things tomorrow as we see things today. And this is avidya, like finding those stories, leaning into the stories, peeling back the layers, and realizing that we are these beautiful divine beings, and that we can think more clearly, we can feel better about ourselves, and then extend that love to others, and be able to better act today than you did yesterday in all facets of life, not just postures on your mat or breath work on your mat, but you take all of those tools and you feel like you fill up your toolbox. And so when life gets hard or things get a little tense, when you experience a struggle, you're able to pull those tools out of your toolbox and use them. We'll get started today in child's pose, and I want you to just breathe in the notion that we can't change the world, but we can clear the lens in which we view it. So we try to view things today through a lens of love, through a lens of contentment, being happy right where we are, exactly as life is presenting itself to us. So again, child's pose on your mat. And I invite you to layer, especially if you're used to a hot studio or a warm class, and just layer so that you feel the heat building up in you, the fire. And it works, it helps. And we will get started again. Child's pose, your big toes touching, your knees can be wide or narrow, it doesn't matter to me. Sometimes we find if we open up through the knees, we get a little bit more space for our chest to find the mat. And that's kind of our goal here, right? To find that grounding. I'm using a playlist from Spotify. You can use any of the playlists that I have curated on Spotify, and they will fit any flows on your YouTube channel. All right, sweet yogis. So again, child's pose. To modify child's pose, this has been a nice one for me lately. You take blocks. If you don't have blocks, stack some books, roll up some quilts or blankets, and place them right at your elbows. All right, so right where your elbow bends is where, like, if this was a stack of books, that would line up to the end of your stack. And you might have to play with it a second, find that shape, and then take your hands up over your head, prayer hands. We'll take 5 breaths here. Forehead is resting softly on the earth. And we're feeling the natural rhythm of our breath. Stay where you are. We're not trying to fit into a particular breath box. We're not trying to focus so much on breathing in as deep as we can. We're just finding that natural, steady rhythm of your breath, of how you showed up. And it's at this time in our practice where we say it's okay. With however you're showing up, it's okay. You're right where you're meant to be. Beautiful. Flicker your eyes open, remove your blocks or your books or your blankets, whatever you took, and we'll start on our knees. Sit your hips down on your heels. All right. And I'll face you, but you can face whichever way you want to. So breath work is the most important part of the vinyasa practice. It is a breath practice. That's it. If all you did in this room was breathe for 60 minutes or 45 minutes, you would feel so good when you left the room. So we're evoking the parasympathetic nervous system. We are retraining the brain and the body how to fight back when things get really hard. All right, we're invoking calm. Breathe in, take a deep breath in, belly, ribs, chest, everything's starting to expand and open. On your exhale, audible sigh, ah, out the mouth. Beautiful. Let's take it again. Breathe in. Open up your mouth, breathe out. Closing off your eyes is really nice, just to move from the external to the internal. One more time, breathe in, big breath in. Open up your mouth. Flicker your eyes open, arms up. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale to the left. And we're starting to sync breath with movement, and you almost do it naturally. It's an 8. Every inhale, we open. Every exhale, we twist or we close. And it's a common theme, so just listen for the cues. Breathe in. Breathe out. And most of the time, they'll mimic what's natural to you. Breathe in. Breathe out. One of my favorite quotes from Mother Teresa, she says, do small things, breathe in, with great love. And what more truer words have been spoken, right? Right now, we're all doing these small things at home. We're loving our families hard right now. We're leaning into the uncomfortableness of maybe homeschool, maybe work from home. Breathe in and breathe out. Small things, great love. Starting on our practice today, hands to your heart. Set an intention. Why did you show up today? And we'll seal it in with one big breath in, out the mouth. Inhale and exhale. All right, flicker your eyes open. Come to all fours. So hands and knee pose. It's a beautiful place to start. Inhale, open your belly. Open your heart, look up. On your exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the pelvis. So you're bringing your navel to your spine and you're looking for a cervical stretch at the top of the thoracic into the cervical, all the way out the crown of the head. And if you want, push some weight into the front fingertips. And you'll feel the space between the scapula starts to open. Again, breathe into cow. Exhale, cat. Again, inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, come to neutral spine. Curl under the toes and lift your knees just 1 inch up off the earth. So we're hovering. And then put them down. So did we feel what engaged? Did we notice it? This time I want you to notice it. What's happening in the musculature of the belly and of the biceps. All right, breathe in. Exhale, push into your toes, lift your knees. So immediately you feel this shift of weight into your palms. Feel the spreading and the wrapping along the back, side body. Pull the belly in, knit your ribs back. Pull the belly as close as you can get it to the spine. Breathe in. On your exhale, slowly roll into your first downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. And if you forgot a hair tie like I did today, I invite you to take a little break, go grab a hair tie, and then come right back to me. Give me some grace as I navigate. Online platform, down dog. All right, so you're in inverted V here. If I could make your mat lift up, you would be pushing with the same amount of weight in your hands as in your feet. Drop your neck. Roll it around. Switch direction. Inhale high on the toes. Exhale, heels come down. Again, inhale high on the toes. Heels come down. Make sure that you're safe in your wrists. Push some weight into your thumb and your pointer finger. Now middle, index, pinky. And then make like a little pocket underneath the hand. So we're shifting the weight into all of the surface area of the palm, not just the base of the palm. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or float. You're at the top of your mat. Halfway lift and fold. Beautiful. All the way up, root to rise. Big twist to the left. Back up. Twist right. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, walk or float it back. On the toes, around the knees, chaturanga. Roll over the toes. Inhale. And downward facing dog. Exhale. All right, again, yogis. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale this time. Let's take a float. Half lift. Fold. Coming all the way up. Exhale, left. Bring it back up. Exhale, right. Back up we go. Look up. And then fold forward. Halfway lift. belly in, plant your hands, walk or float it back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, float it to the top of your mat. Half lift. Exhale, fold. All the way up. Exhale, twist to the left. This time we stay here in a crisscross T, flip the front palm. Reach up and back. We're reversing and revolving our twist. And as you breathe in, your ribs move laterally. So your ribs are moving out. As you deflate your balloon, we're finding some contraction here. Beautiful. Unravel, take it up. Exhale, twist to the right, flip the front palm, reach up and back. Come back to center, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, all the way up to Utkatasana, chair pose. Lengthen. Exhale, hands to heart. Step the left foot back. Crescent lunge. Sink in here. And see if you can balance the weight fully underfoot, then shift the weight to your heel. And now shift the weight to your toes, back to your heel, and then put your toes down. And just feel the firings in the quad. Feel the control of the ankle muscles. This is such a stable pose for us. We're really working all of the bones and the muscles in the feet. Breathe in. Exhale, hinge forward and hover. So a straight line of energy, crown to tail. Again, breathe in. Exhale, hover. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hover. Inhale, step up to chair pose. Come all the way up. Hands come to your heart. Take 3 deep breaths here and just notice how different the right leg feels than the left leg. Maybe it feels a little bit more powerful. Maybe fatigued. Strong. Inhale, chair. Shift the weight into your left foot. We're sending the right foot all the way back. So we're up high up on the ball of the right toes. Your left knee is bent. Shoulders down away from your ears. If you're getting any like contraction pain or like just overall like fussiness back there, bend your back knee just a tiny bit and you'll feel it more in the glute than you do in the back. That's our goal, to be held up by our base. We don't want to fall into the lumbar. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands to heart. Shift your weight into your heel and then put your toes down. Shift the weight into your toes. Now heel down. Again, lift your toes. Place your toes gently on the earth. Sink. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge, hover. Get your belly up off your leg. Pull your belly in. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hinge forward. One more time. Inhale, hinge up. Exhale, forward to chair. Chair pose sinks a little bit lower this time. And you push the weight through your heels so that your hips go back, but your sternum's always going to be lifted in this posture. Breathe in. And exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plant your hands. Let's walk it back or float it back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Step it all the way through. Arms up, warrior one. Pivoting the left hip point forward. Breathe in. Exhale, hinge forward. Again, inhale up. Steeple your fingers if it feels good. Exhale, forward. Last one, inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. Push the walls away. Open hips, open heart. Look forward. So a drishti, that's just your gaze. That's yogi talk for gaze. Inhale, flip the front palm, reach up and back, reverse. Right into your side angle. Side angle can be on your femur bone. Great place to be. It can also be on the earth. Top arm up. Your goal here is not to get the furthest. Your goal is not to be the most flexible. Your goal is to find the shape that works for your body. So maybe today, for me, I did a cycle class yesterday, and this is where it feels best for me. Beautiful. All right, let's come out of this figure 5. Turn your toes towards me. Hands to hips. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, forward fold, lift through the quads. Be careful not to hyperextend the backs of the knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out. Pivot to the front of your mat for runner stretch. High up on the ball of the left toes, that right knee is bent. And with the right foot to the right side of your mat, we'll start to walk the left hand in. So your hands are in the middle. Gently take the left foot up from Alasana. Low yogi squat. On your inhale, we'll stand up and squeeze the glutes at the top. Hands to heart. Step your feet together. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up, reach up. And exhale, fold. You're at the top of your mat. Halfway lifting. Plant your hands, walk it back. Take your vinyasa. Urdhva Mukha, inhale. And exhale to downward facing dog. Left leg up. Step it all the way through. Dialing down the back foot, warrior 1. Steeple your fingers if that's available to you. And then pivot your right hip point forward. Inhale. Exhale, hinge, hover. Sync with your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last time, take it up. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Equal amount of weight in both feet, and you see that I immediately have to adjust my gait. So if that's you and you're just hanging out up here and you're like, I wonder how low I can go here, keep widening your gait until you find that resistance where you're uncomfortably comfortable. Flip your front palm, reach up and back. Right into side angle pose. And if you have those books handy or even a block, I invite you to use a block. Today, beautiful. Exhale, take your gaze down. Inhale, come up. Make that star pose. This time your feet will turn out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, God or Goddess squat. 3 breaths here. And on your next inhale, you squeeze through the glutes to lift yourself up. Front of the house. Melt down for runner stretch. So the left knee will be forward, bent, and the back leg, you're up high on the ball of your right toes. Wiggle that left foot to the left side of your mat, hands in the middle. Step the back foot up, and we're back in Malasana. Hands to heart. On your next inhale, gather up all this energy, squeeze it at the top of the pose. Exhale, hands to heart. Feet are together, top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, walk or float it back. Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha, inhale. Adho Mukha, exhale. All right, in downward facing dog, you're starting to feel the hips are opening, the backs of the legs are kind of yawning open each time we visit this. On each rotation back to your down dog, just notice. Notice how much can open in 20 minutes. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, chin or chest, squeeze everything in, hug, hug, hug. Inhale up. Exhale, step it all the way through. So we'll take it a little bit quicker. Warrior 1, warrior 2, reverse, side angle. Time to bind, yogis. Bottom arm underneath, top arm comes up and over. This is your side angle bind, Parshva Konasana, with a bind. From here, we're moving into bound Ardha Chandrasana. It's a mouthful. So look down first. And we'll slowly start to walk that back foot up until it lifts up off the earth for bound half moon. And if that's not available, unravel your arms, find your full half moon. And you can always use a block to get you here. So your hips are open towards me. Your left hand is up and you're a straight line of energy from your hand to your hand, from your hip to your foot. Look up. Beautiful. And we'll slowly micro bend the right knee so that this left foot can go down. We'll take it all the way back for reverse triangle. And this left hand can pull your arm. It can also be at your side body. Breathe in. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right peace fingers to your right big toes or the mat or a block. I'm going to use the block today because it feels really good for me. Getting into the hip joint. Turn your gaze up. And we find that by making the ground a little bit closer to us, we let go of ego because you kind of associate a block with a beginner, right? But it is not. Props are for everybody, every practice, whatever, phase you are in. So just be mindful that you can't fill a full cup, right? We are all beginners. Beautiful. Micro bend that front knee. We'll come back up to warrior two. Inhale. On your exhale, spiral yourselves down. Front foot steps back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, left leg up. Breathe in. On your exhale, crunch, 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 squeeze. Inhale, reach. And then step it all the way through. Warrior one. This is vinyasa. Exhale, warrior two. Flowing with your breath, fluid. Breathe in. And breathe out, side angle. From here, we find that beautiful bind. So a half bind would look something like this. A full bind, you reach under, rotate through the elbow, find your fingertips. Take your gaze down if you're ready to try your bound half moon. So all the weight will be in your left foot. And we slowly start to lift through the right leg. Go slow, yogis, but go. Beautiful. And if that's too much, again, drop your left hand. Open the body up. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Take your gaze down, micro bend your left knee. We'll reach up and over for reverse triangle. And then exhale to Trikonasana. Left to left. Again, great time for a block. And we want to feel like we're being squeezed into between two planes. So we're in that skinny place between your, the side of your car that's closest to the garage wall. We want to squeeze our little bodies into there. Beautiful. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come up to Virabhadrasana 2. Soft settle. And then we spiral down. Front foot steps back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. All right. Let's take 5 deep breaths here in your downward facing dog. Belly in, knit your ribs back. Inhale high on the balls of your toes. Exhale, heels come down. Right leg reaches, breathe in. Bend the knee, open the hip. On your exhale, take the right knee to the left elbow. Tap. Inhale, up and open. Go slow. Right knee taps the left elbow. There we go. Inhale, up and open. And then elbow. This is the last time. Inhale, up and open. Let's flip our dog. So we're taking this right foot up and over. It's getting super heavy until it flips. Take a seat. Recenter. So scooch left. Your left leg will be extended. Your right knee is bent. Left hand behind you, right hand in between your legs. Inhale, reach up, 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 up. High on the ball of those right toes. Exhale, sit yourself down. Nice, again. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last time, let's hold. Inhale up. And exhale down. Beautiful. So now we get to move into head to knee pose. So take this right heel as close as you can into the sits bones, and then open the knee. Your left leg is extended, your spine is straight. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, grab your foot. Lengthen up and fold. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, look up. Let's slowly release the hands from the foot. And we're facing the back of the mat now. Boat pose, Navasana. So before we even lift the feet, we want to make sure that our spine is straight, because this is the most important part of this pose. It's the lengthening of your spine and the contraction of your abdominals. So before we even lift, we straighten up, shoulders down, belly in, ribs back. So we are rooted, we are supported. Now we lift our toes, and it did not sacrifice anything in the length of my spine. Just notice. And once you start to take the heels up, we might get to a place where we're feeling uncomfortable, maybe a little bit more uncomfortable, maybe a little bit more, and now I've lost my form, okay? So that means I need to bring it back to where I find that flirty edge and stay here and breathe. Even though your legs aren't like up here, you know, you see some yogis with their legs like all the way up here in boat pose, this is more effective for me because I can feel the support in my belly and the lengthening of my spine. It is not about ego. It is not about what you look like in the pose. It's about how the pose can work for us. Take a couple more breaths here. Breathe in. On your exhale, drop the heels. Let's walk the heels in as close as we can to us and fold. Two more breaths here. Drop the nose to the knees. Beautiful. Inhale, look up. And we'll take butterfly pose. So your feet are together, your heels are together, your toes and the balls of your feet, fingers interlaced. Let's stick them right underneath us. Breathe in and breathe out. Fold. Inhale, look up. Release your feet and we'll turn to the front of the house. So turn yourselves around and meet me in downward facing dog. I don't know about y'all, but my mat is scooting around on this carpet. I'm not used to carpet. Give yourself some grace as we navigate, friends. Inhale, left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip. On your exhale, we're drawing that left knee to the right shoulder or elbow. So it's across the body. Breathe in and up. Exhale, tap. This is cross-lateral movement. You're actually strengthening the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere connection in your brain. Exhale, tap the right. You're resetting your system. Inhale, up and open. Stay here. And remember, make sure that foot gets really heavy. You're opening, you're opening, you're opening, and then it drops. Take a seat. Scooch right. Right leg's extended. Your left knee is bent. Right hand behind you. Left arm in between your legs. All right. Inhale, reach up, up, up. You're popping onto the left toes and the outside edge of the right foot. Exhale, set it down. Again, inhale, up, reach high, reach over. Exhale, set it down. Last time we hold. Breathe in and up, belly's constricted. Can we still find some space to breathe here without judgment on how it's showing up? And exhale, sit your hips down. Pull your left heel as close as you can get it into your sits bones, and then splay that knee open. Janu Sirsasana, head to knee pose. Sit up straight as you can. Arms go high on the inhale. Exhale, fold, grab your toes. Nose to knee or chin to shin. Every inhale we lengthen. Every exhale we fold. Again, every inhale we lengthen, and these are soft, subtle. I'm exaggerating it a bit. Exhale, fold. Just so you feel the nuances in the spine. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Nice. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release your feet. All right, we'll spin to the top of the mat again. For Paschimottanasana, so seated forward fold, both of your feet are extended in front of you, and wiggle the flesh out from the sits bones. Kind of squishy back there. All right, before we move into the full forward fold, we'll take staff pose just to get ourselves situated with what the pose is supposed to feel like in the legs. So place your hands right at your hips and push into the earth, starting at your shoulders. So opposing forces, you'll feel the shoulders move down, but you'll feel the chin move up slightly. This is staff pose. And it's not a very complicated pose, but it takes much discipline to sit here with it. Lots of sensations going on in the lower body, starting at the hip and kind of radiating down, radiating up. Take 3 more breaths. Now, keeping your legs just as they are, inhale, arms up. Exhale, lead with your lowest rib, and we're placing the chest on top of the knees. So, if we can't touch our toes, that's okay. Bend both your knees, lay flat on the tops of your thighs. And this is a good stretch, and then when you feel confident and comfortable here, you can start to lengthen through the heels. So if you're starting with your knees bent, breathe in. On your exhale, lengthen through the heels, slide them forward, face down. Nice. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release your feet. Cross your ankles, come to all fours. And lean into any places that are causing you tension. After forward fold, sometimes we get a little bit of, just like, I don't know, the juices start flowing in the spine. I get a little bit of compression sometimes, especially on the sides. Neither good nor bad, just is what it is when you start to open things. Beautiful. And then we will come to our knees. To our knees. This is camel pose. If you have a full camel pose expression, you can take both hands to your hips and you can slowly start to look up. And so we're not squeezing the booty, we're not squeezing the glutes here, we're trying to relax through here. Instead, lift through the middle of the back up and see how much we can lengthen. Exhale, come back to center. Again, breathe in, take it up. Exhale, bring it down. If you have a full camel pose, you can drop both your hands to your heels. We'll get there eventually, but we'll start with a half camel. Left hand to your left heel. All right. Keep pushing the hips points forward. These are your hip points, push them forward. Lift through the middle of the back up, take the right arm behind you. This is half camel, and you can stay up as lifted as you need to here. Bring both hands to heart. Reset. Inhale, arms go high. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll take it over to the right. So right hand to your right heel. Rotating through the hips so your hip points are facing forward. Take your left hand up and over. This is half camel. Exhale, come out. Take your hands to your heart. If you have a full camel pose, I invite you to take both hands to your heels. If you don't, or if you feel like that pose just is not for you, because it's a lot on the hips and on the low back, and just know your limitations. So we can try again to the left and then 2 breaths on the right. If you have a full camel, we'll take both hands to the heels. Keep lifting through your heels, opening through your heart and your sternum. Look up. And on your exhale, we come back together. Hands come to heart. pausing a moment, let's make our way into child's pose. And you can use those blocks on your elbows if that felt good to you at the beginning of your class. We'll move through one more camel flow after we take a nice little counterbalance. 3 breaths. Beautiful. Inhale, look up. Slowly release your blocks if you took them underneath your elbows. And we'll walk the hands back up the body for camel pose. So this is more of a camel flow. So we'll take the left to left. Inhale, reach up and back. On your exhale, we're swimming left corner, right hand to heel, left arm up. Beautiful. Exhale to the right corner, the left corner, right hand up. And we'll just flow through this and take as long or as quick as you need to move through these poses. Sometimes we really need to just be our own teacher and let these movements move us. Let's take a couple more. If it feels good to you, you can close the eyes and think of these two poses as a little dance, moving from left to right. Beautiful, and when you're done, let's all meet in box pose. And we'll take a nice spooky cat stretch to stretch out the cervical and the lower spine. Again, sit with any sensations that are bubbling up, lean into them, stretch the uncomfortable, and then let the uncomfortable go. Curl under the toes, pull your belly in, knit your ribs back, lift your knees. Just an inch off the earth. Set them back now. Notice the difference from the very first time you mustered up the courage to lift your knees to maybe how much stronger you feel now. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Lift. One more time. Inhale, straight spine, neutral. Exhale, lift your knees. Hold. Belly in. Knit your ribs back. Drop your knees. Tap the tops of your feet. Beautiful. Let's cross our ankles behind us and set the hips down. And we'll scooch to the top of our mat, finishing off our practice with some nice, easy stretches today. So lying flat on your back on your mat, let's take the right heel to the left knee. Pull everything into center. And I invite you, if you have something to cover your eyes with a towel or a t-shirt, to place it over your eyes. Again, we're moving from this external, this crazy busy world right now, full of news and phones and social distancing, into a place of complete peace, of calm. We're looking to build a tranquility practice, a rest practice. It starts now. Beautiful. Let's take both feet up. And we'll cross the left ankle on top of the right knee. Pull everything in. Take both legs up. Extend the right leg out. Keep the left leg. And we'll just find a steady pull here where we are flirting with that edge, where I'm comfortably comfortable. We're pushing on the boundary, the flexibility. We're leading with love, not ego. Bend your left knee. We'll take it across the body to the right side of the house. And you can extend this left arm, look left. Again, eyes are soft or closed. We'll take the right leg up this time. Pull everything in. Your breath is soft, your breath is fluid. Your breath is your first tool in your tool belt for peace, for calm. Bend your right knee, take a breath in. Exhale, twist left. Extend your right arm to your right, look right. Coming back to center. We'll take both knees into the chest, give yourself a big hug, maybe forehead meets your knees. And then place your head back down. Peace fingers to your big toes. We'll find blissful baby and start to rock from side to side. Maybe stretching out one leg, bending the other, trying the opposite side. Put your knees back together. Take your feet to the floor and splay both your hips out for Supta Baddha Konasana. This is reclined butterfly pose. So your belly is in. If it's too much where this is too heavy for you, place some blocks or books underneath about right here so it would look like this. And sometimes we need it just for a little bit of grounding. So it would be like this. One hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. This is Supta Baddha Konasana, and I'm going to finish our practice here today. So again, towel or t-shirt, cover your eyes. If this feels terrible to you, extend your legs for Shavasana, but this feels pretty good, especially if you need an additional release with the hips. It's a great place to be. Take a deep breath in through your nose, filling up your belly, your ribs, your heart. Open up your mouth, sigh it out, and when you sigh it out, that ah sound, let it take something with it. Again, breathe in. Open up your mouth, sigh it out. It could be loud, it could be a sigh, it could be a shrug, it could be a moan. You're in your house. Breathe in. Take a couple more breaths here. And staying where you are, let's take a 5-minute Shavasana. I'll mind the time. And I will wake you up, cueing your breath. So again, nowhere to go, nothing to do. Letting your body assimilate all of the breath work and the postures. It's oh so important in any vinyasa practice, but especially ones during this crazy time. So practice invoking calm, invoking peace by saying, come on, breath, help me out. Invoke my parasympathetic nervous system so that I can be more responsive, not reactive in a stressful situation. Again, nowhere to go, nothing to do. We are breathing, we are resting on our mat. 5 full minutes. a deep breath in through the nose, filling up your belly, your ribs, your chest. And it's a soft breath out the mouth. Again, deep breath in, breathing in love and light and peace for you and your family. Exhale, breathe it out into the world. One more time, deep breath in, again, breathing in love, joy, seeing the good. And then exhale that back out into the world. Yoga requires no prerequisite. It just asks that we show up and we set out on this path and we do our best. And that's like in life, right? We'll never be in this same moment again. We'll never be on this day in March again. And time's gonna pass anyway, right? So let's be content on our mats and in our lives and know that we will not see things tomorrow in the same way that we see things today. And this is all temporary, everything. The pose, the past, even the present. And any blindness about reality, I hope we let go a little bit today and we found a vidya. And that we can start to take away those layers and have the full freedom just to be you. Because you are perfect and you are beautiful and you are whole exactly as you are. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Reach the arms back and the feet towards the front of the room. Full body stretch. Pull your knees into your chest. Roll to your right side. Pause a moment in fetus position. Take 3 moments, 3 seconds to think of 3 things, people, places that you are grateful for. And then push into the earth. Meet me in Sukhasana. This is easy sit pose. Sukha means easy or happy. So we are happy sitting. Right. And let's take Buddhi Mudra. So Buddhi Mudra, your thumb and your pinky are together. All 3 of your middle fingers, the ones in the middle, they're straight up. And place them hands up, palms up on your knees. And this is a mudra that is just helping me get through some communication issues. I find that being home so much, sometimes I'm not thinking about what I say before I speak it because I'm letting my emotions get in the way first. So this is just something to kind of channel communication energy into the body. So take it if you want, leave it if you don't. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, breathe in and breathe out. We cannot change the world we live in, but we can clear the lens in which we view it. And I hope you lead with a lens of love today and always. Let's take our hands to our side body. Inhale, arms up. Hands to your third eye center for peaceful thoughts. Hands to your lips for peaceful words. Hands to your heart for peace. All my love, all my blessings. Namaste. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I so appreciate you. And I hope to see you all again soon.